Welcome to the PJ Finance Show.
Today we will discuss why should we care about fiscal policy. Good morning, Phoebe. Should we continue to discuss more about fiscal policy?
Of course. I have been compiling more information after you suddenly ran off to dinner last week.
Well, a guy's gotta eat. Can't blame me.
So, should I start first?
Sure. Go ahead.
Do you remember what I mentioned last week about how the government has no money?
Yes. You mentioned that there are a group of people that were given responsibilities to make decisions that'll benefit the country and citizens. They tax the citizens.
It's a normal thing that we as citizens will care about how much tax we pay and how the government will spend it. One way of spending the money is by hiring a lot of government officials and public sector workers. Many of them are involved in regulation, and so as a citizen, we are concerned with how much the government is involved in telling us how we manage our business and our lives.
Are there any data to gauge the extent of this regulation?
From this chart, we can see that when the country switched from the Bush administration to the Obama administration, the total cost of regulation increased significantly, then decreased under the Trump administration.
It is a good proxy if we make the simple assumption that less money spent by the government on regulation leads to less regulations and vice versa. I would suggest that less regulation means less compliance cost for firms, and this would be good for the stock market.
Very true indeed. Under the Biden administration, it now looks like there will be greater regulations on antitrust.
Antitrust laws are regulations to protect society from predatory business practices and ensure fair competition. These can cover a broad range of questionable business activities, for example, bid rigging, price fixing, market allocation, and monopolies.
While this will not be good for companies with monopolistic power, it can be good for the consumers to see more competition and hopefully, cheaper prices and better quality goods.
Government is very important when we are dealing with problems that we cannot solve individually. For example, national defense, and during economic or financial crisis.
Yes. I recall now how there were huge government spending and tax cuts during the Great Financial Crisis and at the start of COVID.
Another big thing that individuals cannot do is take care of the country's infrastructure.
You mean maintaining or building roads, bridges, hospitals?
This chart shows that more government spending is definitely needed. Let's run fast and go grab a drink, my treat. Thank you for watching.
This presentation on why should we care about fiscal policy is brought to you by the PJ Finance Show.